The Attack R3 is one of the latest entries to the Magnesium Alloy competition. The major advantage of this gaming mouse is its price. It's one of the affordable Magnesium Alloy mice you'll find in the market. But is this new kid on the block worth it? Let's find out. First off, the price. It's currently priced at 3,500 pesos or around $60 US. By the way, the link on where I bought this is in the description. Here in the Philippines, you can get it at a much cheaper price if you have vouchers on Shopee or Lazada. Now let's check what are the things included in the package. Inside the box, you'll see a user manual, a cable for charging and an extender, a USB dongle, a set of grip tapes, and some dot skates. Lastly, the gaming mouse itself. One interesting thing about the Attack R3 is its USB dongle. It serves as the 1K or 8K polling rate receiver. You just need to switch the polling rate via the downloadable software. And as I mentioned, this is a lightweight gaming mouse. It's advertised as a 46-gram wireless mouse, and upon checking on my scale, it weighs 47 grams. A gram heavier is not an issue for me, but with its design, I think it should be lighter. And regarding its weight balancing, the gaming mouse is front heavy. As you can see, most of the loads are in front. The Attack R3 has almost the same size and shape as one of the most loved budget gaming mice, the Razer Viper Mini. However, if we compare both mice side by side, the Viper Mini has a taller hump compared to R3. That's why the R3 is good for fingertip grip style for people who have the same hand size as mine or bigger. Frankly, I'm not a fan of the positioning of the hump of R3 because it's a little bit centered rather than leaning towards the back of the mouse. I do relax claw grip when playing games, and I like to rest my palm on the mouse when using it. Honestly, the shape of this gaming mouse doesn't fit my hand well. For reference, my hand size is 18.5 cm, and if we have the same size or we're nearly alike, we might have the same opinion. And regarding its mouse switches, Attack used KLGM 8.0 Block Mamba. I was hoping for an optical switch or at least the Wano blue shell pink dots. I think Attack opted to use the aforementioned switch because it's used by X3, one of their best sellers. And regarding the implementation of the switches, they're clicky and spammable. However, they're a bit hard when clicking on both main clickers and have minimal pre-travel. In addition, the clickers are responsive from tip to the holes. The part near the center is not as responsive as the area before the holes, and it might be a problem to people who have small hands and use claw grip when playing games. Moreover, there's no grinding and there's no side wobbling of the main clickers. And regarding the side buttons, Attack used Wano switches. Also, the position of the side buttons is good and very reachable. As for its design, they are protruded compared to the typical side buttons we see on most gaming mice. On top of that, it has minimal post travel, which for me is not a concern. And about the scroll wheel of the R3, Attack used a TTC encoder. When scrolling, the wheel is good enough, but the clicking experience is a bit hard. Aside from that, I like the rubber used because it's grippy enough for my liking and it doesn't attract dust. By the way, here's a quick sound test of the main buttons of the mouse and the scroll wheel. One good thing I like about the R3 is its build quality. My unit doesn't have creaking, flexing, or any rattling sounds unlike most budget gaming mice. And one of the obvious reasons for that is because of the magnesium alloy material. For sure, it can handle different playstyles. As for its coating, it's decent. However, it's slippery regardless if you have dry hands or not. I guess that's the reason why there are free grip tapes included in the package. But the mouse is still usable without it, and in my case, I used the grip tape to cover the holes on the right side. Speaking of holes, this is the design component that I think Attack failed to dive deeper. User experience wise, the holes are not good, especially the holes on each side of the mouse. Because of these holes, I cannot clamp my pinky finger well. In addition, one of the obvious things that we'll hate about the design is that you need to clean the mouse from time to time. Dust will get inside this mouse and you'll have to remove it more often than not. For me, a solid top shell is still the best design to use, regardless of the build and weight of a gaming mouse. How about you? What are your thoughts on this? Let me know by putting a comment below. Regarding its battery life, the Attack R3 lasted around 40 hours of wireless time using the 8K polling rate in my testing. The battery life can vary depending on the polling rate used. For sure, if it's set to 1K, the battery can reach its advertised uptime up to 200 hours. However, I don't have definite information regarding R3's battery capacity, but I think it's around 300 mAh, and this assumption is based on the gaming mouse's weight. About its charging time, it's around 1.5 hours in my recording. As for its sensor, it's still using the PAW3395 optical sensor. I was expecting the 3950 to be honest, but it's fine. So far the implementation is good and there are no issues encountered during my testing. You can also customize the R3 by tweaking the settings via the downloadable software, and you can get it from Attackshark's official website. I can say Attackshark improved a lot in terms of the overall packaging of this gaming mouse, including the software. Unlike before, when I tried the X3, the software was difficult to find. Opening the software, you will be greeted by an intuitive UI. Although the terms or wordings used on the English version are somewhat different from the usual words we see in a gaming mouse's software. For example, the silent height. If I am not mistaken, this is the LOD. Anyway, you can also set the usuals like DPI setting, button mapping, debounce time, and polling rate. Like I said earlier, you'll need the software to switch between the polling rates of the Attackshark R3 since they did not release a separate dongle for higher polling rates. If you're getting this gaming mouse, download the software right away and set your desired polling rate. In my 3 weeks of testing this gaming mouse, no issues encountered so far. I do not experience interference issues even if there are other USB dongles plugged into my laptop. In addition, there are no double clicking issues, and like I said earlier, there are no flexing, creaking, or rattling sounds. The mouse feet of R3 are made from 100% PTFE material. In my testing, the skates are okay, but not great. Good thing there are free dot skates which we can use to replace them. The Attackshark R3 is a cheaper alternative if you want to experience a magnesium alloy mouse. As most of us already know, this type of gaming mouse is priced above $100 or more than 5,000 pesos. Besides the price and build quality, the weight can be its selling point too because it sits below 50 grams. In addition, it can support 8K polling rate, which most flagship gaming mice have. However, there is a downside too, specifically the holes on this gaming mouse. Using it without grip tapes on the sides is really annoying for me. As you can see, I used the free grip tape and put it on the right side. To be honest, I cannot use the mouse in long gaming sessions without the grip tapes. I still prefer solid sides rather than with holes on each one. Now, to answer our lingering question, is this gaming mouse worth it? My answer is no. There are gaming mice that are lighter, have the latest sensor, and with better design. Also, Attackshark will release a new gaming mouse that seems to have the Pixar 3950 and has magnesium alloy build. So my suggestion is, wait for a while before you decide to buy this gaming mouse. And that's it guys, we have reached the end part now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and click the subscribe button. Till our next, goodbye.